Hello, my lovely kids. How are you all doing? Good. Well, I am favored and blessed by the same divine grace of God. It's been a while now, and already we are in our fifth week. Today we are going to treat sentences and alliteration. And we are going to look at three main types of sentences. The first one will be a simple sentence. Then we look at a compound sentence. Then we look at a complex sentence. But before then, do you know what a sentence is? Can you give me an example of a sentence? Very well. Let's quickly go to the board and see a few tips about these sentences. Before we begin, our tip for a sentence is that a sentence makes a complete thought. Usually, that is what we know about a sentence. It also begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. And we all know that. Like each time you write a sentence, you must begin with a capital letter and end with a full stop. It also has a subject, verb, and predicate. Do you know what the subject of a sentence is? Do you know what the predicate also is? Don't worry, we shall learn more on that topic. To our topic for today, we will first of all take a simple sentence. Now, what do you mean by a simple sentence? A simple sentence expresses a complete thought. So, in your definition of a sentence, you've already given us what a simple sentence is. Alright? Good. Now, it has a subject and a predicate. It is also called an independent clause. Now, let's see what a subject is. A subject of a sentence is the one that performs the action. So, in the house, if you are being asked to fetch water, we will say that Kuku was asked to fetch water. Who was asked to fetch water? Kuku. And who is fetching the water? Kuku. Right? Good. Now, the predicate defines the subject. So the predicate tells us about the subject. What is the predicate in my sentence that I stated? I said Kuku was asked to fetch water. Kuku is the subject. The rest of the sentence now becomes the predicate. That is, was asked to fetch water. I hope you got that. Now let's see some examples of the simple sentence. Example 1. Ferron went to the library. Example 2. Sharon eats pizza every weekend. Simple as that. So any sentence that you make that begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop is simply a simple sentence. Let's go to our next kind of a sentence, that is the compound sentence. When we say a compound, it means more than one or two. I hope you got that. Good. Now, a compound sentence contains two independent clauses. Do you remember when we were talking about a simple sentence? We said that a simple sentence is an independent clause. So when we are talking about a compound sentence, it means a sentence that has two of the simple sentences. That is how you understand it in the simplest form. Okay? Now, they are joined by a coordinating conjunction. Now, what are some examples of coordinating conjunctions? They are the conjunctions that we use every day. Example, but, and, for, nor, or, so, yet. All these are conjunctions. And we know that conjunctions are joining words. They join two words or sentences together. And so to get a compound sentence, you must first of all look out for independent clauses, two of that. Then you look out for the coordinating conjunctions. Good. let's move on to our last kind of sentence, that is a complex sentence. Well, we may say that complex could be defined as a compound sentence, that is more than one or more than two. Complexity. Okay. Now here, a complex sentence has the following. First, it has an independent clause. Remember, we said an independent clause is the same as a simple sentence, right? Good. It also has a dependent clause which begins with subordinating conjunctions. Okay. Now, what are these subordinating conjunctions? Example: because, although, whenever, after, when, since, unless, so that, etc. Many more of that. Okay. Now, in our sentence, when we talk about complex sentence, we look out for these three main things. First, an independent clause, and second, a subordinating conjunction. Okay, that begins with a dependent clause. All right. Now you may ask, how do we identify a dependent clause? A dependent clause begins with the subordinating conjunctions. Let's look at an example here. Theron went to the library because he had a quiz to write. We are looking for our dependent clause. Our dependent clause starts from because he had a quiz to write. Next, Sharon eats pizza every weekend whenever she visits her uncle. The conjunctions that we are looking for is a subordinating conjunction, that is, whenever. Remember, complex sentences often gives a reason for an action. Why did Theron go to the library? Because he had a quiz. Why did Sharon go to the uncle? Because of some pizza waiting for her. Well, too soon we have come to the end of our lesson. I hope you got everything right. Read over your notes and remember, stay home, keep safe, and safe. Bye.